Frankly, an executive order doesn't define who I am or how I exist in this world.
On his first day in office, U.S. President Donald Trump signed an executive order saying that there are two sexes assigned at birth that cannot be changed, and gender identity doesn't exist.
There are only two genders, male and female.
Protecting women from radical gender ideologies.
Ooh.
Trans people do exist. Estimates from 2022 say that 0.6% to 1.6% of the American population is trans. Under this executive order, incarcerated trans people could be forcibly detransitioned, which includes losing access to gender-affirming care. Trans women could be moved to men's prisons, placing them at greater risk of sexual assault. Trans people might not be able to renew their passports or get new ones with the correct gender marker.
It talks about revoking Title VII recognition of trans people. I wouldn't be able to pee at work safely anymore.
We start to see perhaps investigations into schools that allow transgender students to use the bathroom of their gender identity, investigations into teachers. These are things that Trump promised in his speeches.
But some changes might not be immediate.
The executive orders just direct agencies to promulgate rules and enact regulations and follow certain policies, but most of the effects will take months, if not years.
It is the position of ACLU attorneys who I've spoken with that the executive order is not self-enforcing. And so if they try to enforce these things, they could get tied up in courts.
One of the ways the Trump administration could enforce its policies is by threatening to pull federal funding. Caraballo told me that first, the Trump administration would need to get rid of the Impoundment Act, which basically means that a president needs to spend money the way that Congress allocates it.
The president can then use federal funding as basically a blunt tool to get institutions to do whatever he wants.
How could threats to pull that money actually play out?
If universities have like an LGBTQ community center, they could say, hey, we feel it's discriminatory that you have a center just for these people, even though there is no sign that says like straight people or others can't come in.
Maybe the VA hospitals, male and female, means that a trans woman can't get a mammogram.
Many of the American trans people I talk to say that they're really worried about the executive order and all of the uncertainties around it.
What these things have seemingly intentionally tried to do is scare us and try to take away any avenues of material support we have to live our lives.
People I spoke to for this story told me that times seem really grim right now, but the 2S LGBTQ+ community has been targeted before.
Some of the trans community in Germany survived the Holocaust. The trans community and the queer community survived the AIDS epidemic, but we lost so many people. I believe we're going to get through this, but we're going to lose a lot of people along the way.
I'm not letting them take hope away because it's what we've got.